As you guys know, I just got back from a tech conference called Midwest Cincinnati, and it was absolutely perfect timing because, as you guys know, I am pivoting into data analytics. So, this conference was focused on AI and data. During this conference, I got to meet some really amazing people, some data analysts, data scientists, individuals that are not necessarily in data but are collaborating with data professionals to bring change to different efforts in their communities, as well as students and new grads that are interested in the data space. I was able to talk to a woman who did what I'm in the process of doing, which is pivoting from web development to data analytics, and she loves it. And then I also met a new grad who is a new grad for computer sciences, but is interested in the data space as well. I was already aware of the transferable skills coming from web development, software engineering spaces to data analytics, but actually speaking to someone who did it herself and having that representation was really encouraging. Now, I know a lot of you guys are in web development, software engineering, are interested in some type of area in tech. So if you've ever thought about a data analytics career, this one is for you. One of the big overlaps I see coming from the web development space into data is the ability to already be familiar with how to code, debugging, and problem solving. If you are coming from a software engineering space, web development space, you already know how to approach learning a new coding language. You already know how to break things and fix them with code, provide solutions, think like a programmer or think like an engineer. You already know how to do these things. It's just going to be a different programming language. So whereas for me, for example, coming from a front end development background, I have more of the JavaScript frameworks and the JavaScript language and those languages, probably SQL too. But coming over to data, you get the chance to explore Python, which I am very excited about because I've been wanting to get into Python for a long time. I have tried it a few times over the years, but Python is such a versatile language and you can use it across so many different industries, so many different reasons for development, for data, so many possible endless opportunities with Python. So those are some of the big overlaps I see there is that if you already have a coding mindset, you already have the mindset of I need to maybe write some pseudocode, I need to pick this apart, reverse engineer, then I think this will be a great pivot for you. Another big thing is going to be the soft skills. So, your communication, the ability to collaborate and to present information, to take in information and understand what the problem is. I've touched on this in other videos before, but I think that this is one of the most important things outside of the technical things. Are you able to speak to stakeholders and gather those requirements? If you've already been a developer like myself in the front end space, you already know how to get instruction from your program manager, gather those requirements from those type of positions that are probably the ones talking to the clients, but you're getting the information from the program manager and having to understand what it is that you're trying to solve. But you're also collaborating with team members like designers, and you may be collaborating with other stakeholders that are making some of those decisions. So data analytics is definitely not a I'm going to sit alone and do my work alone. It's very collaborative. You need to be able to communicate properly and be able to talk about technical things to non-technical people in ways that they understand. All right, let's get into adaptability. We all know that as engineers, developers, or really any position in the tech space, you are going to see things change faster than you can blink. And there is no difference in the data space. You need to be able to adopt new frameworks. You need to be able to learn new languages. So maybe you start off at a company that uses SQL, but you go somewhere where they're using Python or Python and SQL. So you need to be able to learn quickly, which if you're coming from the type of background that we're speaking of, you definitely already have that ingrained in you. But you also want to be aware that maybe one client may need Tableau dashboards, one might prefer Power BI. You just never know. So being adaptable, being open to change, being able to pick up things quickly is another overlap from web development, engineering to data. But I feel like those are things that you already have within you, just like everything else. You know how to adapt, you know how to approach things, you know how to pick up new frameworks, you know how to add on to the skill sets that you already have. So this is no different. I have been toying around with the idea of switching from web development to data analytics probably for a couple years now, but I didn't decide to actually make that change until recently within the last couple months since I've been sharing with you guys. A big reason for that was because I was so afraid, thinking that I had to start from ground zero, learning all new things. Nothing was coming in from previous years of experience in my tech background. And that is so far from the truth. I was thinking that because I spent all this time learning over here. I need to stay over here. But the reality is, coming from a background that I come from, it's almost like it was preparing me for the data analytics track because I'm already coming in with a mindset of how to learn technical things. My study habits are really the same because I'm still learning languages. I'm just learning different languages. I am learning some new skill sets that I've never tried before, like dashboards and data storytelling. But if you think about it, even some things that you might be doing in other professions, you've already been doing that and you just don't even realize what you're doing. So I feel like if you're thinking about going into data analytics and you're unsure because you feel like you might be starting from ground zero, even if you're not coming from a technical background, I would challenge you to get out a piece of paper, notebook, whatever you write notes in, and write down all the things that you do in your current job or that you've done over the years in your career. See what things actually stand out to you, and you'd be surprised if you go into like ChatGPT or Google, wherever you research, and put those things in and ask how they relate to data analytics, and you'd be surprised how many things that you see that overlap from where you are to where you're trying to get. So I'm super happy that I went ahead and took that step to go from web development to data analytics, because I truly really want to make impact with the work that I'm doing that directly impacts people, that creates real change that I can actually see, that is tangible, that I know is happening, and taking these issues that are in our society with health and wellness and all of these different avenues to really just bring awareness and also take action to create solutions. You guys will actually get to see in tomorrow's vlog where I went to the Midwest Con in Cincinnati. That was an AI and data driven tech conference, and really see and get to learn more about why I'm passionate about this pivot and passionate about data and learning about this and statistics and all the good things that come with it. And you guys know to look in the description box for any resources that I'm using to learn, to advance in my career, to study. Right now, I am in a program called Data in Motion. It is a data analytics course that goes over everything that you need to know for today's market, today's industry. You're going to learn SQL, data dashboards, data storytelling, visualizations, all of those good things that you actually need today. So if you're interested in that, I have no sponsorship with them. I just am actually invested and I'm actually loving it. You get mentors. There's something for everybody there. So if you're interested, I always have it in the description box below. So let me know if you have any questions. But outside of that, I just hope that you guys are well. I hope you guys are in a space that you love and that you are really passionate about, because you deserve it. So I thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. You know that. And I will see you in the next one.